Rethinking what I choose to eat to stay healthy.
Choose Smart Plate.
Rethinking tobacco prevention.
Fight with facts.
Rethinking drug prevention. Drug drop boxes. Woo!
Rethinking access to mental health care in our community.
Rethinking where we get our foods. School gardens.
Rethinking my choices at school lunch, locally grown, healthy, and delicious.
Rethinking talking to parents about sexual health.
Rethinking getting to school. Walking school bus.
Rethinking getting from point A to point B. Drive your bike.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Rethink Your Life, Your Choice. We bring community leaders, advocates, and residents like you together to find solutions to some of the most difficult public health and prevention problems that we're facing today. I'm your host, Heidi Keating. Thanks for joining us. Our passion is working with community partners in Winnebago County and beyond to make our community safer and a better place to live. Today our show is going to focus on addiction and how Rethink is involved in local initiatives to raise awareness about the disease of addiction. My first guest today is Ashley Esther. Ashley is an AmeriCorps member with the Winnebago County Health Department, and we are very fortunate to have Ashley in her second year with us at the Health Department. She is an AmeriCorps member, and we are really happy to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Do you want to start by just telling us a little bit about yourself and why you decided to become an AmeriCorps member?
Well, I'm actually from Illinois, and I went to school in Iowa, so I'm kind of just traveling around the Midwest. And when I was in Iowa, I went to school at Drake University, where I studied in health sciences, and I had a concentration in public health. So I've kind of always known public health is what I wanted to work in. And then when I got close to graduating, I knew that I wanted to do a service year or service term, and I wanted to find one in public health, and that's a little hard to do. And I wanted to find one in public health because public health is such an expanding field. You can work on, environmental stuff, you can be a nurse, you can do health education, and I wanted to narrow down what I wanted to do. So I went onto the AmeriCorps website and kind of searched the health field, and I found the Wisconsin Health Corps program, which is what I am in, and it's a program put on by the Wisconsin Public Health Care Association and the Wisconsin Public Health Association. And they have about 20 people or so throughout Wisconsin, and they work in public health sites like I do, community health sites, or nonprofit sites, and they all work mainly in like health education or working with the community in need there. And I just thought that was great. I found the Winnebago County Health site on there, obviously. That was one of them, and I chose that one because of the Rethink Coalition and the amount of work they do in health education. They have the substance abuse, the nutrition, the mental health, that I can get a taste of all of it and kind of help narrow down what I wanted to do.
Definitely. We've been working with AmeriCorps for several years, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without AmeriCorps, so we're big fans of the program. Why don't you tell us some of the different projects that you are working on?
Well, there are three of our health corps members, and then there's one farm to school member, so we each kind of get our own section to work on. I mainly focus on the AODA issues, and under that I mainly work with the heroin task force, with the prevention pillar, and then the Rethink Addiction Run. But I also have the pleasure of working on a bunch of other things. Right now we're getting ready to start a campaign called The Real Happy Hour. We're hoping to launch that very soon. But like I said, the health department is also, and the Rethink Coalition is so broad that I'm able to work on lots of other programs.
Right. I know at the health department you've been working on the community supported agriculture program, and you're really busy, have lots of a wide range of experiences, but primarily you work in the same field as I do, as with substance abuse.
Yeah.
So again, I know that you do a lot. So you were really involved with the Rethink Addiction Run, and that's what we want to talk about today. When you first started last year, it was one of the first things that you did. Do you want to share some thoughts about the first Rethink Addiction Run?
Yeah, well, like you said, it was when I first started. I started about August 14th or so, and then a month later was the race. It was like, oh, hey, here's this race we're starting in about a month. And I was like, okay. So I kind of went to the first committee meeting that I was in. I was very overwhelmed at first. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I was barely knew Oshkosh. And then I got there the day of, and I was just kind of amazed about how many people came out of the community and how many volunteers came out just to help. We had 450 people that first year.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing. I think it kind of helped project what I wanted to, and another reason why I did my second year, because I wanted to see this second race and see how it went. And
so one of your duties with the health department was being really instrumental in planning the race. And so the first one was in 2014, September 12th of 2014, and then the second one was just this past September. And what were some of the new things this year from the first year?
Well, since it was the second year, we were trying to bring some new things in. One of the things we did was we had an open house. And during the open house, we had a silent auction. We were able to get, I think, over 60 items from local community members and businesses. Some of those were like Packer tickets, jewelry from different companies and businesses, a lot of like stuff from spas, and then we were able to combine those to make about 30 baskets and raise about $2,400.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really awesome. And then we were also, along with that open house, we had a educational vendor.
Yeah.
So we were able to have, it was about 10 different local treatment or just people organizations.
We had a DARE
DARE
booth out there.
There's like Step Industries.
Yeah.
There's people who work in this, that work with the heroin prevention and substance abuse, like treatment and all that stuff, that were there to kind of show what we do.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. And so we also had a couple different awards this year. So we give awards to the top finishers and that kind of thing, and then wanted to reach out a little bit to law enforcement.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Well, law enforcement is one of the groups that have always seen substance abuse problems, and they always kind of work on this. So we kind of wanted to bring them into the race, kind of in a lighthearted, fun way. We had the Magnanimous Award. I can't even say that word. It was one that our race director kind of made up, and it was for the law enforcement group that brought in the largest group of people to come run the race, and that was actually the sheriff's office.
Yeah, Winnebago County Sheriff's Department.
And then we also had the Roadrunner race, or that was the wrong name.
Oh, the Let's
Roll rate.
Yeah.
Let's Roll award, and that was for the fastest police officer.
Right. So what did you enjoy most about working on the race?
I really enjoy working with the people. They're all just great. The people who are on the committee, and then also the community that comes out to support in the day of. It's something that affects everyone, so it's just great to see everybody come out and help and support.
Yeah, it sure is. It's a great event. You can come out next year. And just in finishing, would you want to share some of the totals for this year as to like how many people came out this year?
We had 660 people come out, and then we were able to raise about $17,000, which is going to some of the local treatment and recovery groups.
Yeah, awesome. And we really couldn't do it without your work. Ashley had a huge amount of time involved in planning and sending emails and organizing and bringing community members together. So, definitely appreciate your work behind the scenes. And you know, it really shows that we had more people come out to the event and raise more money, and so we're really thankful and proud of what you've been able to accomplish with us.